There was a question asked in Hebrews, it's about how we, not neglecting salvation. I know, like a little word out there, I saw it on a tract once, it said, how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation? If we just stand here and we're going to hear the word, and just, like the one writer of another epistle said, a person who reads the word could be like somebody who looks himself in the mirror and just goes away and doesn't do anything about its appearance. And we cannot stand by while we hear the word spoken, and what are we going to do? A lot of you people out there are Jewish, and you believe that Yeshua is the Messiah. And yet you want to go and continue in your same belief. How can you go along the same way? I wonder, what makes you believe that Yeshua is the Messiah? What are you going to do about it now? Because I came to the conclusion, if he is the Messiah, then why was there all this persecution against Jewish people? Why did we not see this, And I just walked away, but, God didn't let it pass because I wanted to do something about it. And then I began to see what was happening in other people's lives. And when God came to me, and I realized I had no excuse. And, why? So I came to believe. And you know what? It's like at this time in 1975 was, I realized it was my window of opportunities. People whom God had put in my life weren't going to be around much longer. And I wasn't, just playing around with it. I was, really counting the cost. And they said, he won't always wait for you. And they told me they weren't always going to be there. This was my window of opportunity. This might be your window of opportunity right now as you're listening to this message. And so, why I really finally believed it was that I heard that Yeshua died for my sins. And that's why you should believe it also. That's why you should accept it. You believe he's the Messiah. But it just, say the Messiah to come and save the world. But what about to save you? What about you, you becoming a believer today? Think about all these words, if you're just going to stand by and, eventually I'll do it. But, tomorrow is promised to nobody. You've got to make the decision today. Today is the day of salvation. Today is the day to repent. Today is the day to believe. You see so many times in the news where, somebody had a heart attack today, somebody got hit by a car today or was killed. And you know what? They weren't planning, nobody's planning to die today. But death comes, it's like, ready or not, here it comes. And that's what you all have to be ready for. You have to be ready to go at a moment's notice. And you just can't sit there and neglect this word, because we have to give heed to the things that we've heard, that lest we drift away. And, this word, was proved steadfast. And you think about in the Torah where you see what was given for every offense of immorality, of murder, stealing. There is a penalty for it. And, there's a reward, for whatever we did. And this word was first spoken by the Lord, first spoken by Yeshua when he came, confirmed by those who followed him. And with the signs and wonders you read about in the book of Acts. And, you can't just stand by, And you see, perhaps today, what is the biggest miracle is, people who come out of all kinds of sins, people come out of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, come out of immorality, and crime and gambling. So why are you going to sit there? Yeshua has done so many things for people. I know a man who told, somebody about what Yeshua did for him. He said it was Yeshua, and the man was about to make a contribution to this work, and he just decided not to, And you think about it, you're only hurting yourself if you just sit here and wait. So just think about it, why are you going to sit by and wait and say tomorrow? One's not promised to any of us. Nobody knows what that day brings forth. So, just if we neglect, we will not escape the judgment of God. We will not escape hellfire and damnation. So today, make that decision. Make your peace with God.